Action.
Welcome to Fictional University, Real Life Applications, Mustang University and Mixed Reality in Higher Ed. Today, we're going to talk about what is the Mixed Reality Lab and how does it work, Mustang University, a brief introduction, how Mustang University is being used here at SMU, and we'll have a simulation conversation with one of the avatars, Angela. But first, we'd like to introduce ourselves. I'm Jennifer Culver. I'm the Senior Academic Technology Services Director for the Simmons School and the manager of SMU's Online Production Services team.
Hi, I'm Kirsten Ferguson. I'm a Clinical Associate Professor in Education, Policy, and Leadership.
And I am Stacey Ann Strang. I'm the Virtual Reality Manager and Simulation Specialist. So here at SMU, we utilize the immersion software, which operates in mixed reality. So mixed reality, what's that, right? Well, it's where physical and virtual elements are combined and real life learners engage directly with a screen full of avatars, at least in our case. This feels a bit like a video game at first, but quickly it shifts as you realize you are both seen and heard in real time. The avatars respond to you, and it's as if it's a normal conversation once you get over the awkwardness of talking to cartoons. On campus, we have a devoted lab where courses and research can occur. Now, we use the concept of world building pretty heavily in our work with Mustang University. Every simulation on campus is different for me, but in our work together on MU, Mustang University, we spend a great deal of time devoted to what we call world building. This is where the development team comes together to agree on elements relating to the simulation. Now, this could include decisions about the avatar's personal life, their personalities, their emotional triggers, or even details relating to their relationship with the learner.
And that brings us to Mustang University. And for a brief introduction, Mustang University is a fictional university where before engaging with the immersion simulation technology, graduate students can read and gather information through various supporting files about Mustang University and some of its students. Some of those include some demographics on the Mustang University webpage, like you'll see here. We have forms that have been pre-filled out that our students can read and gather more information about. We can give them a little bit of information about the simulation that they're going to be heading into. And then we even have some social media for them to examine to get a better idea of the situation as a whole, and some of the grade breakdowns of some of our students. We work on this simulation building in a tool called Lino, which is kind of a sticky board tool. And as you can see here, we have the basic ideas of what our simulation will be. And then we have different scenarios. We have different questions that the students can choose to ask in different tones. And then we'll have different answers that will be available to them based on their choices. To build some of that, we use PlayPosit, just like we're using today. And so you can see here part of the interactions, and you'll see the person asking the question that the student chose in PlayPosit, and then you'll see the effect, you'll see how the avatar answered that question in that particular tone. Sometimes we create these kinds of simulations in PlayPosit, and sometimes we bring the students right into the simulation lab to interact with the avatars directly.
What's really cool, and particularly as a faculty member, is that we can use Mustang University in a lot of different ways. Really, that first primary way is in teaching, so embedded into our courses. MU is really part of our courses now with simulations across both our MED and our EDD higher education programs, beginning everything with a brief introduction to the technology simulation, to building into much more complex simulations where the grad students apply theory to practice. The second way is through research. One example is with an exploratory multi-year case study that draws upon sociocultural theory and the understanding that learning really is a collaborative experience. When we're analyzing the recorded video segments from live advising simulations, as well as group debriefs. The third way is tied to accreditation and specific student learning outcomes that we're tracking over time in order to improve our curriculum and student experience.
And now we would like to show you a conversation within Mustang University. And for this particular one, we're going to stop sharing, and soon you will see the empty classroom appear. The empty classroom is what students see when they come into the simulation lab. You'll hear me say begin simulation when we start. And the goal of my exercise is to try to build rapport with Angela. I have my partner in my group, Kirsten. She's going to be watching me and watching Angela. If I feel like I'm struggling, I can always reach out and ask Kirsten for help. And we're going to model that kind of exercise right now. Begin simulation. Hi, Angela. How are you today?
Fine.
It's getting a little cooler outside because fall is finally here. Do you like fall? Do you like cooler weather?
I guess.
What kind of things do you like to do in the fall?
Um. Like go for a walk and stuff.
Yeah. Is your day going okay so far?
Oh, I guess.
Pause simulation. You can see when I've paused simulation that Angela has gone away. And now I can take a minute to talk to my partner about what's going on with my attempt to build rapport with Angela. Sometimes, Kirsten, when I sit in front of the avatar, I get a little bit nervous, and I think I did this time too. What could I do to draw Angela out a little bit and connect with her?
Yeah, I could really tell from her body language, especially when you asked her a yes/no question, that she would lean back and give those very short one answer kind of responses. But when you asked her about like what she likes to do in the fall, which was more of an open-ended question, she seemed to open up a little bit, just teeny bit, with that idea of the walking. So I wonder if you could ask her like what she likes to do on walks or what she sees, something that would kind of pull up that thread a little bit more.
I like that idea. I think you're right. Right after I asked her what she liked to do in the fall, I went right back to those yes or no questions again. Okay, I'm going to try some more of those open-ended questions. Resume simulation. Angela, you mentioned that you like to go on walks. Do you typically go on walks on your own?
Yeah.
Where do you like to walk?
I mean, just around campus mostly.
Do you have any particular time of day or stopping points that you find yourself going to more often?
The afternoon. I like to take an afternoon walk. Go to the fountain.
What do you like about the fountain?
It reminds me of the one that is in my neighborhood back home, and I always walk my dog there, and he loved it.
Oh, you have a dog. What kind of dog?
Yeah, he's a rescue Chihuahua, an old man.
Oh, he's an old man.
Hmm.
Well, have you had the dog for quite a while?
Yeah, yeah. But he just feels like he's been with us forever. He's always been part of the family. He's basically like my brother.
Wow, I have a dog too, and the dog feels like part of our family as
What kind of
well.
dog do you have?
I have a really big dog. I have a Cane Corso.
I've heard of those. They're really smart and protective, right?
They are. They are very smart and sometimes too smart. He has figured out how to open the door to from the backyard into the house all by himself.
Nuh-uh. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
yeah.
I couldn't imagine my chihuahua doing that.
Well, what kind of things does your Chihuahua like to do?
Um, well, snuggle, basically try to crawl inside my body because they like to be warm.
Yeah, I do like snuggling with dogs. There's nothing better.
It's true. It's my favorite.
And simulation? And so you can see here with my interaction with Angela that the chance to build rapport with an avatar in a situation where I don't know what's going to happen next and I don't know what the person's going to say really encourages me to work on and refine some of those skills in a wide variety of settings. What we'd like to hear now is from you. How would you use something like mixed reality and the ability to interact with avatars? And also, if you have any questions, please leave them here for us and leave a way for us to get back with you. And we'd love to hear from you. And finally, please take a moment to evaluate this session. You can select the evaluate session on the session details screen and then please complete the evaluation. We'd love to see your feedback. Thank you for spending time with us.